Hi, my name is Teresa, and I wanted to give a story of my conversion. I just heard about Paul Washer's wife's conversion, and so I wanted to share mine. So it was just over a year ago that I became a Christian. It was pretty amazing. I tried to commit suicide. I took a lot of drugs and a lot of vodka, and I ended up in a coma for 7 days, and I should be dead. But God saved me, and it was really cool. I woke up, and it was like a new start. But I wasn't ready to be a Christian yet. I was intubated because I was in a coma, and so they took it out so I could talk, and I started to my breathing tube started to swell up, so they were spraying medication in my throat, and eventually I was suffocating, so they threw a mask on me, and I threw it off, and they took me in the ER, and they cut me open right there. It's my trach scar, and that was the moment I thought I was going to die, because I thought I was going to have a heart attack, and I wanted to live. So then, because I tried to commit suicide, I was put into the psychiatric unit, and I was there for 12 days, and then I got to go home. I went home on the weekend and hugged my cat. And then the next day I had a really, really bad headache, and my brother was like, well, you should take something for it. And I was just like, I just overdosed, I'm not taking anything. And he called the hospital, and the nurses told them I can take 2 ibuprofen. So I took it, and we were on the way to pick up my dad just for the weekend. He lives in an assisted living home. So we were going down Highway 2, and it was not 5 minutes later that I took the medication that I just started throwing up everywhere. I threw open the car door, and I was throwing up. So we picked up my dad and drove me right back to the hospital. I went, changed in the hospital pajamas, and I laid down, and I hoped I would die. And so the next day was Sunday. It was February 14th, and my church was in the afternoon, so they picked me up for church, and I was wearing my green hospital pajamas. I had my trach bandage, and my hair was a mess, and I just had a winter coat on. And my brother said, "You look like crap," and I was like, "Thank you very much." And so they were doing the story of Jonah, how Jonah was called to tell the Ninevites to repent, and he didn't want to, so he fled to Tarshish, and he was on the boat, and the waves got really treacherous, and the shipmates were like freaking out, and so Jonah said, "Throw me overboard," and he was swallowed by a fish for 3 days, and he got popped out, and he told the Ninevites, repent. They repented, and Jonah was kind of mad, and God's like, "I'm in charge, sorry, too bad." Anyway, so that's the whole idea of how Jesus came down as a man, was a perfect man, and died on a cross, and went to hell for 3 days, and came back and rose again. And so it was just during the service that I suddenly realized all the things I had been taught in my life about God were true, and that he was right and I was wrong, and he was in control, and all I just was saying was, "God, I'm sorry," and I just started crying. And yeah, I was changed after that day. I thought I was a Christian before, but I wasn't. So just for those people who are going to church and ask Jesus into your heart, that doesn't mean you're a Christian. If your life hasn't changed, you probably aren't. So it's been a little over a year since then, and my life has changed a lot. I'm involved in youth ministry, which I really love, and I don't know, it's been harder life, definitely better, harder, because I'm not in control anymore. Well, not that I was, but you know what I mean. And I don't know. Yeah, it's way better but harder because Satan is obviously trying to get me down sometimes, and he does. But God always prevails. So I just wanted to make this video. My other video was too long, so I couldn't put it on. So this is my short video. Okay, so I was saved February 14th, the love day. God loved me. He loves you too. Okay, bye.